Hello, Kauai. Here's our daily COVID-19 briefing from Team Kauai for Friday, June 26. Happy Aloha Friday. We have confirmed one additional positive case, bringing our total number of active cases to 13. Kauai's cumulative total number of cases to date is now 34. All of the active cases are in isolation, and all other household members and identified close contacts of the active cases are in quarantine. The Department of Health is continuing its contact tracing investigation. Anyone who is identified as a close contact of a positive case will be notified directly by the Department of Health and offered a test. Events over the past week emphasize the need for anyone under quarantine to strictly follow their quarantine instructions, even if your initial test results come back negative, as you could develop symptoms at any point during the incubation period of 14 days. We're also reminded of the importance of following best practices, such as physical distancing, washing your hands, and wearing masks. We receive daily concerns from the public about business managers and employees not wearing masks when around customers and coworkers. Additionally, there are customers who refuse to wear masks while in stores. There is a medical exemption in place for those who absolutely cannot wear a mask because of an existing medical condition. But the rest of us should be wearing our masks, not just because it's part of the governor's statewide order, but because we care about others. Universal mask wearing is critical in preventing the wider spread of COVID-19, along with hand sanitation, distancing, and staying home when sick. The mask limits your likelihood of spreading disease, which can happen if you are infected, even if you don't feel sick. Across the nation, states seeing big spikes in new cases like Texas and Florida are moving towards strongly urging or requiring mask wearing. The Centers for Disease Control says it is particularly important in areas with community spread transmissions, as we are seeing on Kauai. Masks work. People who don't wear masks when in public are putting those around them at risk, especially our kupuna and those with underlying health conditions. The only way we're going to prevail against the threat of coronavirus is to work together and stand united. Mask wearing works when we all work together. It's a sign of respect and aloha. So please, wear your mask when around others. Spread aloha, not germs, and wear your mask. We are pleased that more than 100 local organizations submitted applications for CARES Act funding after the county publicized its request for proposals. Our team is still processing the applications, but funding requests are roughly $17.5 million in all. We are on a tight timeline to get this money into the community, and we hope to complete evaluations by July 6th and make notification of awards by July 9th. The selection committees will include a broad selection of both government and community reviewers. The subject areas for these grants were nonprofit economic support generally, food support, mental health and domestic violence prevention, agricultural assistance, transforming tourism/economic diversification recovery support, and Rise to Work, which includes ag, IT, and conservation. We strongly encourage applicants to review the sample grant agreement so they are familiar with it if they are selected for an award, as the turnaround time will be quick. For those grantees who sign the agreement and get it back to us by Thursday, July 18, we are aiming to distribute first 80% of the grant award on Wednesday, July 22nd. The CARES Act funding is designed to provide direct economic assistance to our communities in response to the COVID-19 crisis. Another part of this assistance is a small business grant program. We are still completing the details on that, but hope to announce it in early July. Please stay updated on the CARES Act funding process at kauaiforward.com. The Kauai Police Department is undergoing its accreditation assessment by the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies. Police employees and members of the community are invited to offer comments by calling 241-1935 between 8 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. on June 29th. Please leave a voicemail to include your name, contact information, and a brief comment. Assessors will return all voicemails to address any comments. A public informational session will be held from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. on June 29th via Microsoft Teams. To participate, contact KPD's Office of Professional Standards by email at kpdchiefsoffice@kauai.gov or by phone by calling 241-1935. The request will need to include your name, telephone number, email address, and specific topic of testimony. If you'd prefer to mail in your comments, please visit www.calea.org for more information. Again, each and every one of us has a responsibility to keep ourselves and each other safe. We can do that by following these very simple steps. Stay home as much as possible. Refrain from social gatherings or public outings. If you must interact with people outside of your home, maintain a distance of 6 feet of separation and wear a mask, if at all possible for you to do so. Remember, my mask protects you and your mask protects me. It's a sign of respect and aloha. Do not leave home if you are sick unless you're seeking medical attention, and then only after calling your doctor first. Wash your hands frequently and clean surfaces often. Stay informed and connected during this time of social distancing. We'll continue to post updates on our official County of Kauai Facebook page or on our Kauai Emergency Management Agency page at www.kauai.gov/COVID-19. The Centers for Disease Control is also updating its website regularly. For more information, please visit coronavirus.gov. Not everyone has internet access or follows the news, so please help to keep your loved ones informed. Be kind, take care of one another, God bless, and aloha.